Hello everyone and welcome back to Shenmue. Now, I know I said that I was going to go train and power up our moves, and then I would meet you guys back here later on. However, it is another busy day for Ryu Hazuki, so I can't do that. Let's go to... Let's just go straight to Dabuta. Why not? And what we will do, we're going to go train. We're going to train for as long as possible. It's only a couple of hours. Now, I trained Mud Spider. I call it Mud Spider all the time. We're going to train Cruel Cyclone. And then what I did is I went to go home and I found one of Nozomi's friends by the U Arcade. And she had a go at me and she's like, "Do you realise how much of a shit time Nozomi's having, and you should be there for her? She's got all this stuff on her plate with her studies." And I'm like, "Bitch, please. My dad just got murdered in front of me a few hours ago. Well, like a few days ago. I've never seen that before."
Let me know if you need any help.
Will do.
Sure.
I couldn't believe that. She's giving me the shits because Nozomi's got a little bit of homework to do. And Daddy's just been murdered in front of us. I was like, wait a minute, who writ this? You are a total bitch. And quite frankly, my dear, go fuck yourself. Thank you very much. I was completely taken back by that, considering that I've never actually seen that section either. I was just like, that was ridiculous. Don't worry about your dad dying and all the rest of it. It's fine. Nozomi's got her schoolwork to do. Now, I gotta remember how to do this move. I think it's forwards, back, back, forwards, back, back. Nope. Is it back, forward, forwards? Hang on, what are we doing here? Yes, continue, Rio. But anyway, that annoyed me because I'm like, that was quite a funny scene. I want to keep that. Right, so it's forwards, back, back, A. Ah, I'm pushing B, that's why. Cruel Cyclone. We want to have that equipped. So that in itself was annoying that we would have missed that. Come on, Ryu. What's going on? Ah, right, yes. By pushing the wrong buttons, if you accidentally do a combo, it may unlock a secret move. Like that. Which is kind of interesting. There we go, there's Cruel Cyclone. So guys, welcome to the majesty that is training. Literally do this for hours. But yeah, and then after that another kind of important event happens. And that's actually the second cutscene, I believe, that only happens if... Come on, Ryu, do the move. Only happens if we get that first cutscene with Nozomi. The one where we save her from those two guys. Ryu, you're not doing the right moves here. Forwards, back, back. There you go. Now you can see how long this is going to take. Ryu, you're not listening to me. There we are. Now this becomes like such a powerful move. But the control pad is so bad. What it is, the D-pad, I don't know. I mean, most of you, well, say most of you, some of you may have used the Dreamcast control pad before. The D-pad is hideous. It's so mushy. It's okay, it's not as bad as the 360 controller or the original Xbox controller, but it's up there. It almost feels like one of those cheap knockoff control pads. I don't know how Sega kind of went so wrong with it. Now, I was going to say the analog stick and all that's alright, but no, it's not actually. Right, okay. Come on, Ryu. You'll practice this until you have mastered it. You don't know it yet, Sonny Jim, but there is a seriously mutated ass that we have to kick later. But yeah, it is quite a cool little scene coming up, and I don't really want to miss any of this game. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to waffle on whilst we train. But that's the nature of it. And then hopefully, if tomorrow... No, it's not enough, Ryu, and you also have to put up with that as well. Now, if you're already halfway through a combo, sometimes you'll go to quit. and then you have to run out of this area and then run back in. The training is a cool idea, but they needed to put more thought into it, really. But that is the nature of Shenmue. So many good ideas, but not all executed that well. But the game as a complete package is very good. It almost came out at the wrong time, I would say. If it Ryu, the other thing that kind of trips you up here is the camera angles constantly changing, which reverses like that. It's now reversed all the buttons. There we go. I kind of like the blur effect they've added as well. I think this was one of the first times that I'd actually seen that kind of blur effect on a console, and it was very impressive. This game was like an absolute powerhouse graphically when it came out. It's kind of interesting. It was almost like the Order 1886 of its time, except well, in my opinion, this was a much better game. The Order wasn't bad. It certainly had potential. The only problem with it, it was too empty. Now, I don't mind linear games because The Last of Us is very linear, but that is really good. Now, the Order was just, I don't know, they just focused way too much on the graphics. The gameplay was solid, but it didn't feel like there was a lot of gameplay there. It always felt like you was either walking or talking somewhere, and Ryu, come on, forwards, back, A, forwards, back, A. There we go. So yeah, the problem with it.
That's enough.
Yeah, you're not helping me out here, buddy. There we go. Yeah, the problem with it, the actual game kept taking control away from you so much with the QTEs and stuff. And as I said, I don't mind QTEs when they're done well. And as QTEs go, the Order didn't do them that bad, but there was just so many of them. And the plot in the game as well. I won't say too much because in case, yeah, it's still a relatively new game, but it just seems like it wasn't a very well thought out story. There's quite a few annoying bits in it. Ryu! This is taking way too much concentration to get this right. I don't know why. Just seems to be having a bad day at training. There we go. He keeps forgetting to like do the correct moves. No, Ryu, it's not enough. Let's try it again. Forward, back, A. Forward, back, A. No. There we go. Whereas The Last of Us kind of felt like it was built around having a fantastic story first and real top-notch voice acting. And then they kind of sorted out the other stuff afterwards, if that makes sense. Whereas The Order, you know, they went for the graphics first. The graphics were the top priority, and then they kind of filled in the gaps when they got that locked down, which was a shame. And there was a lot of cool weapons in The Order as well, but you never really got a lot of opportunities to play with them. And the come on, man. I don't know what is going on with them today. Right, wait for the camera to slowly switch. I mean, it doesn't matter because we're getting... There we go. We're getting experience in all of these moves. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know why that just came up. But yeah, you can see these blue bars are where we've improved, which is good. We've actually improved the cruel cyclone quite a lot. Ah, it's because it's transitioning to nighttime. I gotcha. Whew. Yeah, The Order. I mean, I don't think we're going to see a second game anyway, which is a shame because I really feel that they could probably do something a lot better second time around. I mean, they've established the setting with the Order, and the setting was fantastic.
It looks like I can practice.
Yes, we can. That whole steampunk kind of thing.
Okay, let's go.
Neo. It's not Neo, is it? It's the London steampunk stuff. And I actually thought that was really, really good. And then they started adding vampires into the mix, which I didn't expect. That was kind of like a real cool plot twist. I mean, we knew there's werewolves in it, but vampires was a very cool thing. But just as it was kind of heating up, it was over, which was a shame. I think they could have done some interesting things with that series. They definitely needed to open it up. It kind of felt like a game that would have benefited from being a little bit more open instead of being so linear. Even if they had doled back on the graphics a little bit, that would have been fine. It's a textbook example of graphics not making a great game. I mean, like I say, it wasn't a bad game. And it was absolutely starved of content as well. Once you completed the main story, there was no reason to ever play it again. I would have liked to have seen some like time attack modes or just something in there. I mean, they could have even had a horde mode. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that would have been too hard to throw in. Or maybe a co-op mode with the campaign. That would have been interesting. But, well, it is what it is. The last few years, in fact, since the 8th gen systems have come out, it's just been a very disappointing crop of games. But I think that is about to change. There's a lot of good stuff coming. With Resident Evil 2 being announced, the remake, Horizons Zero Dawn, I believe it's called. That looks fantastic. Apparently that's an open world game as well, which has really got my interest. Shenmue 3, of course, is a no-brainer. Final Fantasy 7 remake from the ground up. That is also extremely exciting. I've never actually finished Final Fantasy 7. I've played it so many times over the years, but never actually finished the game. So maybe I should do that at one point, but I'll probably wait for the remake. There we go. I'm kind of thinking about having a bit of a Dreamcast blast for the rest of this year, with a few little breaks here and there. And of course we've got Fallout 4, which is just amazing. Zombie U is of course coming to all platforms. Ark Survival is on the play. I've got so many games like that I need to play. It's just so little time to do it. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions, I'm always up for them. Bearing in mind it might take 10 years for us to actually get around to doing them, but always open to suggestions. Of course, I do have my list of over 200 games I want to get through, but I'm slowly realizing that will probably never happen. Just because it will take like 6 or 7 lifetimes to actually complete that list, as new games are being added to it all the time. Right, we just finished this up till 9 o'clock. Hurry up, let's get this done, boy. And yeah, they really do need to remake these in HD. They really do. They could do so much with it. I mean, like I've said before, dream scenario would be you'd be able to carry on your save from 1 and 2 into 3. I mean, that is very unlikely, considering Ryu, you're not listening to my commands. Right, back. No, forwards. Yeah, considering the game's going to be on 2 different engines, and yeah, because Shenmue 3 is being made with Unreal 4, which is awesome. And of course, Sega would have to make the remakes, whereas it is Usenet, I believe that's what they're called, Yu Suzuki's company, making 3. So Sega literally has no input in 3 whatsoever. But they have allowed him to use all the original material. They basically said, here's all the stuff from Shenmue, use as much or as little of it as you want. And I believe they've also let him use as whatever Sega assets he wants as well, in regards to like mini games, So that's really cool. I've got to be honest, like, Sega is not the company we once knew. I mean, they've threatened that they're going to turn around, and kind of they apologized to their fans a while ago. So I'd like to see that happen, but I have my doubts. But they have been very, very open and cool about this whole remake business, which is great. I do think if maybe they knew how the Kickstarter was going to go, they probably would have said, fuck it, we'll make the game. But there we go. That's the way it goes. And it looks like Yu's going to make... well, Yu's going to have full control over his own game, which is going to be great. Let's quit there. Alright, how well did we do? And I'm glad. I'm glad he's going to have no publisher breathing over his neck, and he's going to basically be allowed to... Ah, yes, here she is. He's going to be allowed to do whatever he likes and make the game exactly as his vision.
Eddie.
Huh?
This is terrible, this.
You're pretty ticked.
Of course I am. I just spoke to Nozomi. She said that she was waiting for you after her prep class, but you never showed.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Come on, Ryo. Do you have any idea what Nozomi is going through
Oh.
now? You could be way more supportive.
Where's the support for me?
Hey.
Stop pestering me.
What?
So why are you here talking to me?
What?
Go and talk to Nozomi.
You're right.
Look, Ryu, you gotta start standing up for yourself, buddy. I mean, that... Christ, I could barely watch. That was a slaughter. The way she spoke to you, man. Unfrickin' real. And do we see Nozomi tagging along here, helping us out, trying to track down Landy? No. I feel bad for Ryu, actually. That exchange there actually kind of made me think, bloody hell. Everyone else is too wrapped up in their own bullshit to really realise what's going on around here. Because I thought it was pretty sad that Ryu has to leave to go to China. And he's leaving all of his friends behind. But at the moment, I'm like, good. They're no friends of yours, Ryu. I don't think any of them have got your back, buddy. I mean, Fukuhara, oh god, less said about him the better. We'll see more of that later on. And it has come to my attention that I have probably drunk far too much coffee today because I'm wired. You know when your mind's racing a million miles a minute? Whew.
Don't be silly, you don't have a mind.
Be quiet. I can barely think straight right now. Just, you know when you get that coffee buzz? Oh, I love it. Hey, cat. Alright, let's go feed the cat. Hey, buddy. I got some chow for you. Looks like everyone's abandoned you, too.
Doesn't that feel good?
But then the cats, yeah, the kids are probably in bed.
You look well.
So, I guess that makes
I
sense.
bet you remember me, don't you?
I keep telling you, Ryu. Of course she's going to remember you. You're the guy that keeps feeding her up. Let's give her some salami.
Want some food?
There you go, buddy. Now we better go,
Seems you were hungry, huh?
phone Nozomi. Looks like Ryu has to babysit everybody. Come on, bud, let's get home. And Ina-san's going to be freaking out as well. He's having a tough time, old Ryu. Friends are saying he's completely changed and everything. Well, it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, back at the residence. And we never did actually inquire about some Chinese people. That doesn't matter, that'll wait for tomorrow. I really need a good day just to train to get that move up, because otherwise we're going to get hammered. Now it doesn't matter, the frustrating thing is, if you lose against that boss, the game carries on. But if you win, it obviously changes and, you know, you get a better outcome. So, we definitely want to win. In fact, I didn't actually know it was possible to win for quite a while. Ah, there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Who's on the telephone?
Hello?
Ryo,
Hey, I love Nozomi's music.
Nozomi, what's up?
I want to talk to you about something. Can we meet?
Yeah.
At Sakuragaoka Park? I'll be waiting.
Alright.
Alright, Rio, let's go. Maybe our fortune's changing around after all. Maybe she's going to apologize.
Ryo,
Oh, I love this music.
Nozomi, what's the matter?
sorry to call you out.
It's okay.
I had to talk with you alone. But with all the problems you've been having,
She gets it.
Is it so important?
for me, yes. Do you have time to talk?
Yes, but I can't stay long.
I know. You see, I'd wanted to wait until things settled down before I told you. But I can't wait any longer. I just can't hold it in. I'm sorry.
Nozomi.
It's about my feelings for you, but if I don't tell you now, I feel like I'll miss my chance to...
Has something happened?
Last night, my mom called from Canada. My father is insisting that I return.
So you're leaving soon?
I don't know when, but I can't go without letting you know how I feel.
I know.
Huh?
But right now, I don't really know how I feel.
I understand. When you're ready, tell me.
I will.
I'm sorry I called you out.
Nozomi? Don't forget to say goodbye.
Hmm.
See you.
Oh man, that scene still gets me. Right in the feels, man. That's just... Yeah, on top of everything. Old Ryu, his kind of best friend, really, is moving away to Canada. That's really heavy. But, yeah. That's life, man. Anywho, let's save. So I like to save before the end of the day. What I'll probably do, actually, I'll leave that as a bit of a short video. Just because I think we're kind of getting dangerously close to that event. And we need to train. We need to be ready. I'm expecting a few failures anyway, because it is not easy. For a long time when we were kids, we didn't even know that you could actually win that fight until there was a detailed guide in the magazines of the time. But even then, the detailed guide basically came down as saying, save before you go into fight the guy, train up this particular move loads, and just hope. Just hope that he eventually falls down before you. There's lots of moves that you cannot use against this guy because of his stature, and he does pretty much block everything as well. And once he blocks you, he throws you off balance and then counterattacks you, and it's a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm determined to prevail. So I'm going to leave the video there, guys. This has been a bit of a weird one, me waffling on, but I did want to show those two scenes off. Right, anywho, where should we save it? That'll do, I reckon. So thanks for watching, guys, and when we come back, hopefully, as long as nothing crazy happens tomorrow, I would have trained that move up to advanced level. And off the top of my head, I think that's the last time I really need to grind in this game. Trying to think of anything else. I mean, there's a couple of other times where I might have to not record just so I can advance the time. Especially if I'm going to kind of bug out the working when we get a job. If I can bug that out so we can get quite a few extra days in so I can build up our money, that will certainly help out a little bit. And showing off the ending of the game, well, the game over, I should say, that is going to take about an hour and a half of me failing one certain thing to actually get that game over, because it's the easiest way to advance time. And apart from that, after we've trained this move, we shouldn't have to do this anymore. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.